And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video, I'm going to be riding the Cyrusher Lux, as you see it right there. This is a Class 2 and can be unlocked to a Class 3 e-bike. And what I want to talk about on today's video is, I have a question. Why do e-bike companies exaggerate about battery range? So e-bike companies often publish exaggerated range figures because they use idealized lab-like testing conditions that don't reflect daily use. Since there is no mandatory industry standard for measuring e-bike range, unlike the WLTP for cars, manufacturers are free to report the maximum possible distance achievable under perfect circumstances. Why the gap exists: manufacturers typically test their bikes using a set of best case variables that maximize efficiency. Testing is done at the lowest possible pedal assist level. Perfect terrain, bikes are ridden on completely flat, smooth pavement with no stops or starts. Light loads, they use lightweight riders, often around 165 pounds, and no additional cargo. Optimal weather. Tests occur in warm temperatures with zero wind resistance. No throttle. Ranges are almost always calculated using pedal assist. Using a throttle can cut that range by half. The role of marketing. Ultimately, range is a primary selling point. Companies often use "up to" language to legally protect themselves while showcasing the highest number their battery can technically produce. Competitive pressure. If one brand advertises a 60-mile range based on ideal conditions, competitors feel pressured to do the same to avoid appearing inferior on a spec sheet. Consumer assumptions. Many buyers assume the advertised range applies to normal riding, such as PS2 or 3, but it almost always is based on eco mode. How to calculate range. Instead of trusting advertisers' miles, you can use the watt-hour capacity of the battery for a more honest estimate. So let's hop on and talk a little bit more about this, because it is a topic that is often brought up, especially with new riders. So one of the biggest questions I get all the time is, the two big ones are, or three big ones, I guess. How much does the bike cost? How fast does it go? And how far can you go on a battery charge? And so battery anxiety is a big thing. And so you definitely got to be careful of that. If they give you a range of, say, 60 miles, you can figure that that's going to be far greater than you're actually going to get. I'm going to turn right here. Typically, it's 40 to 70% of what they say. So basically what I do, I would suggest to somebody who's a new purchaser and doesn't know anything about, the range other than what they tell you, I would say this: if they tell you that the range is 60 miles, cut it in half. You might get a bit more, but that's the safe way to go. So if you're wanting to ride 30 miles on a ride, you could probably safely do it if they say that the range is up to 60 miles. Because let's face it, in the real world, nobody is ever gonna, I don't think anyway that I know of, I don't know anybody, there may be some of you out there and you can contest it and let me know in the comments, that rides in the lowest pedal assist level, which is 1. And also, depending on the bike class, I mean, class 1, there's no throttle anyway, but the average person out there that does have a throttle on their bike, at some point are going to use that throttle. Otherwise, if they didn't, they would probably just buy a Class 1 e-bike if they don't want the throttle at all. I want to cross the street, but there's cars coming. I can get halfway out here. So basically, like I say, that's the best barometer I can give you. The other thing is to be careful when you first get a bike. Just don't try to do a long range ride right off the get-go. I'm in level 3 right now. As you can see, it's a pretty accurate speedometer on this one. I'm going about 14, 15 miles an hour. I'm going to crank it up one more assist level to 4. This does have torque sensor and a cadence sensor. I'm in torque sensor right now on this bike, the Cyrusher Lux. And there's so many factors that come into it with range on a bike. You can't give a standard range for everybody. It's all different for every rider and every bike. Some bikes are heavier than others. Some bikes have a larger battery, higher voltage. Some riders like to use the throttle a lot more. And I can tell you this, if you're just going to throttle and max out your speed, I would say your range is going to go way down, especially if you pin that throttle. If you pin it, you're going to get 10 to 25%. It's going to go way down. You're going to get, on a 60-mile range, if they claim it can go 60-mile range, you're going to get 10, make sure there's no cars, you're going to get 10 to 15 miles. That's it, if you pin it. I would not recommend doing that. That's not good for the bike. It's not good for the motor. Everything is going to get super hot, especially in the summer. You don't want to be riding like that. Speaking of summer, it's definitely summer-like out here right now. It's in the temperatures in the mid-80s, and here I am like 9:15 in the morning out here, and humidity is really high, so making the feel-like temperature in the 90s right now. So that's why I'm out here early, which I normally like to do in the summer. And in the winter, it's the other way around. I wait till it's the warmer temperature, like early afternoon kind of thing. I don't want to go down here. Just cruising around these residential streets. I'm gonna But yeah, range is a big one, right? That people get pulled in by companies saying that the bike will do X amount of speed. Trying to see what that rubbing was. It's just occasionally there. I don't know what that is. But anyway, some people like to buy an extra battery and either carry the battery, or some bikes have room to put a second battery on there. That's a good idea too. I just got to tell you though that if you're looking to do that, just a heads up, the batteries are not cheap. A good chunk of your bike value is the battery, and I'd say about a good 40%. It could be more, it could be less, but usually around 40% you can figure is the value of your bike is the battery there, how much the battery's worth. Okay, I've slowed down. I'm going to pick up my pedaling here to get up this. Stop sign. This is where I like to use the throttle. See, it's going to use a little juice there because I like to get myself going with the throttle to get the bike started. And then we cruise along. Let me know in the comments how you do for range. on your bike, do you get good range? Another thing I would say too is that, like, when you get a bike when it's new and you're not sure of the range, because every bike is different, just go out and ride it and you'll get an idea. You know, most of us ride the same way. You know, we have a certain style or way we ride. For me, I mean, most of my bikes I pedal, like this one here, except for coasting down that hill. But I do have a couple of bikes that I throttle only. And so they're going to use more battery because I throttle only. But most of the bikes I pedal, and I'm usually oftentimes, I'm in pedal assist 4 here, but usually 3 or 4. Sometimes I'll take it down to 2 if I'm on a trail and it's slow, you got to go slower, but for the most part I would stay in 3 or 4. And 3 seems to be pretty good for me on a lot of the bikes, like in that between 15 and 20, like in the 15 to 18 miles an hour. That's usually where I'm about at. You know, it's one thing about riding in the warm. As long as you're, I guess I hit a dead end here. As long as you're continually riding and creating a breeze while you're riding, it keeps you kind of cool. When you feel it is when you come to a stop, especially if you're right out in the sun at a stop sign or something. Boy, then you really feel the heat bearing down on you. But if you're riding, especially in these beautiful residential roads like this that have trees to shade you, it's pretty nice. Gives you a nice comfortable condition for riding. And in the winter it'd be the opposite, right? Because the shade's going to make you colder. You want sun to warm it up. There's a few other factors that go into range too, and that's how big a rider you are. You know, we're all different shapes and sizes. And got to move up closer so I can see who's coming. And also how much cargo you're carrying besides yourself. Geez, am I ever going to make a turn here? I'm making a left turn. If this guy hurries up, there's nobody coming the other way. Well, there is somebody coming, but I'm going to get halfway out there anyway. Well, maybe I can go all the way. There we go. The other thing could be too, if you're riding double, if you have a passenger on your bike with you, that's going to really eat at your power as well. I like the going down a hill because you don't have to use no power from the battery at all. You just coast. Some bikes are better coasters than others too. Heavier bikes tend to coast really well. They got more weight behind it. Okay, I'm going to be turning here. I do want to go the other way eventually. Let me know your thoughts though on battery range. Is that a big deal for you? That can be a deal breaker for a lot of people too. Yeah, I definitely want to turn around here, so I'm gonna slip in here. Oh, lots of traffic. It's typical. Nice weather brings out everybody, right? Brings out anything and everything, including insects, mosquitoes, and all that good stuff, which is not a lot of fun. Okay, we're able to go now. We're just cruising along here. My battery, I didn't charge the bike up before this ride, and I don't know how far I've ridden so far, but it hasn't even moved yet. It still has 5 bars. The nice thing about this bike is, let's get this light. Oh, look at that, it's changing on us. Don't you hate that? You get to the light and you just start to go through it because it's green, and then it turns yellow, and sometimes the intersections are wide and it takes a bit to get across them, and then you got to hightail it to get around there and get through there before the light changes. Otherwise you get the honkers at you. Okay, I'm going to turn right here. An e-bike, I've said this before, but they're very addicting. Once you get out there riding, it's hard to get off, you know? You never get tired. And if you do, then use your throttle, but I'm not sure. I've never gotten tired just pedaling, because you just do a nice easy, you pick a nice easy assist level. You know, you're not winning a race or anything, you're just taking a, you know, a nice bike ride just like you would any traditional bike. You're just on an electric bike, that's the only difference. So it's giving you an easier, you know, a little assistance in pedaling, so you're not getting all sweating and, you know, wearing yourself out. You know, a lot of people will just say you're cheating, but hey, you worry about your bike and how you ride, and I'll worry about mine and how I ride. I just think it's great that we can get out there, especially us that are in our, you know, we're getting into our advanced ages, is what I want to say politely, because that's what it is. And who cares if you have assistance? Just like if some people need a walker to walk with, who cares? If they're able to get around with it and that's how they are able to get themselves around, then I'm all for it. So I don't like when people shame electric bike riders, honestly. That's going to do it for this video today on Electric Bike Mark, talking about battery range. So never go by what they say. When they say 60-mile range or whichever, don't do it, don't listen to that. Think of it more as 30 miles. You might get a little more, but that's the safe zone, you know, half of it. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, be safe everyone, enjoy your e-bikes, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.